Welcome back everyone to Pine Ridge Museum, where today I've gone out exploring the local area a little bit more to see what I can find, if I can find any more ships. And this is what I found. Looks like this ship went a little bit on the sideways, but that means that I can now explore this without having to do a great deal of diving. At least that's the plan. I guess I had to go in here. The question is, do we have any useful items here? Well, we got jungle wood, which I guess could be useful because I don't think I've found any jungle trees yet. There we go. Now, looks like we've got... Oh, there is a chest right over there. So I guess that'll be the first chest that we will attempt to grab. Let's go inside there, see what we can get. It looks like a new type of wood because I got an announcement to the effect. Now, is this the... Which chest is this? Oh. This is a map chest. Oh, a feather! And a buried treasure map. Ooh, right. Now, unfortunately, I've been picking up a great deal of stuff, and I guess I'm going to have to toss something away. I guess I don't need those 2 pieces of bone meal in there. So let's see, how far away is this treasure? Is this going to be anything useful? Looks like way to the southwest. Actually, I think I'm northeast of where I need to be, so going to the southwest might not be a bad idea. Looks like after this chest that we just looted, we've got another one back here. So it looks like the treasure chest and the map chest are further apart than I thought they were. Alright, well, now I need to figure out how to get the inventory space to collect all this. I am definitely grabbing the iron. I'm always sorry, this is a great deal of iron. This is... Alright, quite the mother load for that. And I'm leaving some sandstone spruce, and I guess I'll have to leave the lapis here also. 1 piece of lapis isn't going to make a great deal of difference. Alright, so I think that's a good haul there, but no armor templates, which is of course the main thing I'm looking for in these shipwrecks, because that's the new item, and that'll help me to add some nice armor trims to various pieces that'll be in the museum. Oh, I found the food chest. Gunpowder. Moss. Paper. Well, we're like a fireworks station. Alright. That's it. I guess I need to get back to camp because my inventory is way overflowing. And in fact, so is the chest in my boat. Back at base, I seem to now have some items relating to all of the types of trees. I managed to pick up some spruce logs. I've got some saplings I picked up during the journey. I've left them in the boat for the moment, but... So I got some spruce saplings so I can get some spruce. I've got a few pieces of jungle from the ship, but I still need to find some saplings for jungle wood, dark oak. I've planted some various types of trees around here, including an acacia, a couple of oaks, cherries, birch. So I should be able to have a nice supply of everything. course, the one type of tree I've not found yet is the mangrove. So I am going to have to go and find a mangrove at some point, in which case I'll need some other place to put the bamboo, since the bamboo is I guess it's the odd tree out, since it's not technically a tree. Now, over to here, I have completed the central foyer's floor. Now, looking at this, I'm beginning to think it's a little bit too busy. So I was thinking maybe I could have a nice circle around on the floor, and then I wanted something to liven it up with this crossbar in the middle, and yeah, I don't like it. I'm going to keep the knot on the end, but I think I'm going to change this center area because it's just not working for me. Maybe if I make a map of this area. Too bad I didn't have a blank map inside of that chest, because that could have come in handy and take a mark of this location here. But perhaps if I go and make a compass. Oh, that means redstone, right? I don't have any redstone. Ah! I do have that treasure chest that I still need to find. Maybe I should go treasure hunting and see what's in there. As anxious as I was to dig out that treasure and see if there was any redstone there, I decided I better work on the floor a little bit first. So I brought in the circle and removed the bar, and I think it looks a lot nicer now. It's a more practical size. It no longer takes away from the knotwork that's on the sides. And I brought out the dot so as to connect these two without making things too off. I think it works, so I think that's going to work out very well. Now, I also started on 2 side rooms. Now the wings are going to be back here, stretch out here, and then go down this side beyond the side rooms I have there. This is going to be my office. So I have some crafting areas. I'm going to have some barrels over there. And on the other side, I'm going to have a mine entrance. Now it's going to be an exhibit type mine, so I'm going to first have some parts that look like the public area, which is we're going to have the tours and the like. And beyond that, I will have the private do not enter doors where I have the actual mining that will be taking place, and probably going down into here. So this is going to be covered up, but I will be having the mine stretch out into this. So going under the museum wing itself. And I think that's going to work. Now this of course means that the entrance is going to be right over here. I was trying to decide whether it was better to enter on this end or on this end. Now this has more land on that end, but here we've got a flower forest and all of this. That means we're going to have pretty much a natural botanical garden here. So we could transition from the flower forest into the gardens to the museum, and then to the rear entrance to the museum. And over on this side then, we will probably have some steps going down to the river, where we'll probably have some docks to make things reasonable over there. And I think that would be a nice general layout in there. So we're just beginning, but I think it'll work. Now I think it's time for us to head out and find this treasure chest, which seems to be to our northeast somewhere, but I'm going to guess it's far enough northeast that I cannot go this way, that I'll have to get out to the ocean, and then I can start finding the treasure. I still have a way to go before I find that treasure spot, but it looks like there's another ship up here. This is a ship, right? And it can't be very far down if the mast is sticking so high up. Hmm. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be much of it left. Are there going to be any chests in here? Oh, part of the stern of the ship is way back here. Apparently preserved in the sand, maybe, or something like that? Well, maybe I could find the chest in there. It doesn't look like the provisions chest is there, so I'm hoping at least one of the other chests is available. So I need to do a little bit more chopping and seeing if there is anything below here other than sand. That doesn't look like a particularly promising ship, so I am just going to continue along the way. It looks like I am getting closer to the location. Looks like due north about now. Maybe on that island that's coming up on ahead. Is that a dark oak forest? Yeah, it looks like a dark oak forest. Well, let's go and find out. It's not coming up yet, so it must be past this. Maybe this is a peninsula that is jutting out and that I need to head over to the other side. Well, I'm heading a little bit too far to the west, but I think this is going to swing back east and head back in the other direction, though it keeps on heading out further west. Ah, there we go. Now it's time to round about. Ah, all right. Now I am getting inside the area. We still need to go a little bit further to the north, but we are at least in the right area. Because I can see, oh, down over here. Ah, yes. It looks like it's pretty far inland. Alright, well, let's just park over here. Rather deep inland. Usually, oh my goodness gracious. This is going to be, this looks like it's going to be a real trap. I believe I'm at the right spot. So let's, not supposed to dig down. How about if I do that? That was just in case there were any sand tricks going on there. Alright, yeah, there's the chest. Let's see what we get here. Oh, more iron. That's always good. Some fish. A potion of water breathing. Oh boy, that'll come in handy someday. Especially if I run into any more ships. Okay, emeralds are always nice. Iron is always nice. Fish is always nice. Heart of the sea. Well, that may take some time before I'm ready for that. Let's see. Let's put that into there for the moment. And a leather tunic. I think I already have a leather tunic. Yeah, I've already got a leather tunic. Another leather tunic. Why couldn't they give me a different piece of armor? Well, I suppose. Guess I'll just break this, grab the loot, and get out of here. As soon as I throw something into the boat. Perhaps a little disappointing. Been nice to have something really nice in there, like a piece of armor trim, because I still want my first armor trim. And of course there are all those other things I want for the museum, though I won't expect those other things to be in any ships or anything like that. Well, I suppose that's it for that buried treasure. Guess there's nothing to do but to head back to camp. No redstone. So I guess I'll just have to dig it up, and that means starting the mining process, getting down and slowly getting down to the deeper levels. Maybe where I'll find some more iron, which would be nice to have some more iron, and to get maybe some diamonds if I'm lucky. Unlikely. And of course, most of all, some redstone so I could make a compass. And then the compass can be used to make a map, and I could then use the map in order to get a nice overview of the area where the museum is located. Actually, if I could get some gold, then maybe I could even make a clock. Speaking of gold, do I actually have any already? 6 nuggets. Well, I guess that's to be expected. It appears that I do have some gold ingots after all. 3 of them. That means I don't have enough in order to make the clock, even if I did have the redstone. But since I'm making a mine in order to find redstone, that means I'm likely to also find some gold. So I am getting some stone brick stairs, and I'm going to be using that. Here we are, right over here. And I'll be just heading on down all the way through here. See how deep I can go before I get stopped, either by entering into a cavern, by being blown up by a creeper, by finding something so distracting that I say, ooh, shiny, or something like that. Whatever's the reason, at some point I'm sure I'm going to get down. I hope I find something interesting before I get all the way down to bedrock, but you never know. No, this coal, while a minor distraction, is definitely not going to be a permanent one. It appears I have reached the grass area, so that means we may be hitting our stop point, or does that mean I'll just plow right through past it? I guess it depends what's down here. We just hope that whatever it is isn't a creeper just waiting and stalking us. This has been known to happen in the past, especially when it's a little bit dark down here. Ooh. Yeah. Very definitely looks like a place where something very unfriendly may decide to explode. Guess I'll just have to explore a bit. And hope that I don't explode a bit. Oh, there's the creeper right over there. Well, I was just hoping that I was kidding about the creeper, but apparently not. I got so distracted it became night above ground. So it means time to kill a spider, and maybe I get some string for... Speaking of bows, get some arrows. Now the question is, do I want a fishing pole or do I want a bow? Actually, a fishing pole might be more in order for what I want. Yeah. Time for some fishing. Hold on. I came out here to fish, and there's a donkey up there. That could come in handy, because while it's nice to have a boat that has a chest in it, it'd also be nice if you have something over land that has a chest in it. And you could put a chest on a donkey. So most likely I am going to find a way to tame that. I just need to find a saddle. I better check at those villages again and make sure that there aren't any saddles around. Now let's try our first cast. and see what we get. I remember how to do fishing. And I'm not getting a good view. You'd think that I'd have perfect view of the water here, but it looks like I might not be noticing it. Oh, here the particles are. Ah, all right, there we go. My first fishing. Okay, and we get a cod. All right, I guess I'll just try this a little bit more and at some point see what kind I get. It probably gets, of course, a great deal of cod and salmon, since that's the usual thing, but I figure that I could also maybe get some treasure or something like that. And who knows, maybe even a mending fishing rod, so I don't have to worry about killing spiders in order to get the stuff. But we'll just have to keep on going and probably get a bunch of cod. So far, all I managed to get were a pair of pufferfish, a pair of salmon, and 9 cod. So it looks like I'm going to need to do this a little bit longer. I still got quite a bit of durability left, and I'm hoping to get a couple of treasures as I'm going through here. Now, at first I was thinking about nice fishing rods could be the treasure, but now I remember that donkey that we saw as we're going through there, and I was thinking of going to a village in order to get a saddle or maybe a desert temple, though it'd be nice if I had a saddle before going to a desert temple so that I would be able to put some of my inventory into a chest on the donkey. But now, of course, while I'm doing this, I'm reminded that you can actually get saddles fished up from the water. That is, of course, if I'm ever lucky enough to get a non-fish in this. Hello? Could this possibly be it? No. As I was fishing, it started to rain. That's not a real big problem because when it's raining, you do catch fish at a slightly faster rate. So it helped these to speed up the process. But my fishing rod has broken, and here are all the items that I caught. Now, most of it is, of course, fish, because fish is the most common thing you're going to catch when you are fishing. I know, go figure. So we got 38 cod, 13 salmon, 4 pufferfish, which may come in handy if we ever get to potion brewing, and 2 tropical fish. Now, on top of that, we also got quite a bit of junk. We got 2 sticks, a lily pad, zombie flesh, and a bone. Yes, some reason zombie flesh and skeleton bones tend to pop up in there also. Alas, no string. But for treasure, we did get 2 nautilus shells. I was hoping for a saddle or maybe a book or maybe a better fishing rod, but 2 nautilus shells is what we have to settle for. Now, if we get 6 more of those, then we may be able to use it to create a conduit out of the heart of the sea that we got earlier this episode. Though the heart of the sea isn't going to do too much good until at some point we manage to tackle a ocean monument, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. So I'll have to stow this away. And I think I'll have to stow away this episode also because I think we are done. I didn't get a saddle, but perhaps we could go to the village, see if we can find one there in the next episode. And if not, maybe I'll take an excursion out into the desert where we will be able to perhaps find a desert temple and perhaps to do some excavation. We'll have to see if that's the case in the next episode of Pine Ridge Museum.